that funny. Alright, here's the vote for the stream. Which was funnier? The unsets or my voice?
The unsets were pretty good, actually.
Were they?
Yeah. Did you ever draft the unsets?
I played in... You ready for this? This is my claim to fame. I played in the unhinged pre-release. There was only one worldwide.
In Seattle?
No, it was at Gen Con SoCal.
Oh.
Mark Rosewater ran it. And so there you would win tickets for doing things.
Okay.
So anytime you one of them was there's a goblin bombardment team or something. It was like a 4-4 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
But when you played it, you had to flip it onto the battlefield.
Yeah, that was Goblin Paratrooper, right?
That one, yeah.
Okay. I think that was just a 2-2 for 2.
No, the thing was huge because I had 3 of them in my sealed deck.
Yeah.
And you got a ticket every time this thing survived the flip.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I not only had this absurd creature in my deck, but also won a bunch of the tickets. And, like, looking back on it, I was an idiot and opened up all the packs, and the lands were trading for, like, $1 a piece. And so I should have literally spent $1,000 on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fine tournament.
So the let's see, it was unhinged, where it had all of the X to X, like mouth to mouth. There was arm to arm, I think it was.
Okay.
Which was arm wrestle your opponent.
Yeah.
I just demolish people. You get like it's an instant. You get a 3/3 ape if you win. It costs 3. Oh my god. So many apes just jumping in out of nowhere, crushing unsuspecting
most people
attackers.
just concede.
After the first one, yeah. They're just like, all right, yeah, you got it. But then I went up against my brother, Kyle, who is 7 years younger than me. Who was playing high school football at the time. And I was like, all right, here we go. We had some epic matchups. That one was back and forth. I got to arm wrestle our mutual acquaintance, Tuna, who is freakishly strong. Those were some good ones.
So that guy never played any sport in his life.
No.
Just somehow ridiculously strong. He's a big man.
Yeah, he's not a small guy. I mean, he's not like
6'3".
super heavy, but yeah, he's got some freakish strength there.
Are these Guru forests that Stephen Comminos has?
Yeah, welcome to 2 months ago.
Being a Comminos brother, they just have Guru things lying around?
Doing guru things. Good
Who's the
guru
attack?
things. Bad guru things.
Okay.
The old push and response.
Pushing a response there was good because it not only takes him off of 4 mana, but buys him a token. One less
Yeah, he
token
gets a
to
nice
deal
little
with.
2-for-1 there.
Yeah.
Nice little 2-for-1. Oh, but the other sweet card out of Unhinged was Cheaty Face. Man, oh man. I got my
That card is so nebulous.
oh, it's amazing.
Like, the rulings on that card are just so... Like, when is it in play? Like, what is
Thank
in
you.
play?
So, I go
And also, what does it cost if you want to cast it? Blue, blue?
blue, blue, blue. 3 blue.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. So I played Cheaty Face while my opponent was mulling to 6.
Uh-huh.
And, it was out there. And I was on the draw.
Uh-huh.
And so he plays a land and looks at my board and sees the Cheaty Face is out there. Gets pissed. Literally stands up, flips his chair over while I'm drawing for a turn. And I pass the turn, he draws and sees a second Cheaty Face on the board. Oh, he lost his mind. Immediate concession. Storms out of the room. It was wonderful.
Oh man.
Those are some fun drafts. So I would say it was pretty funny. Funnier than your voice. That's where my voice.
My question is, it says the card reads if it catches you right away.
Yeah.
What is right away? If they complete a game action, have they not caught you?
Correct. Basically, think of it as like trigger rules.
Okay. What if it's under a land?
It has to be visible for that time.
Okay, interesting.
All right, so Brent's content to kind of grind this one out. Steven doesn't have a whole lot of offense. Before the match, I did instruct him to concede if he didn't have a turn 3 win, and he hasn't done that, so a little bit disappointed, but here we are.
That's okay. You commentate with me, so you're pretty accustomed to disappointment.
Your commentary isn't disappointing.
Oh, it's not?
No, just everything else.
What is this, an Aurelius Fury, or what's...
That's a...
Colligan's Command?
Colligan's Command.
It was just very foil.
Well, get you for 2. Play this elf. I'm popping that Horizon Canopy all day. I might have even done it on my turn in case there's a land.
You gotta cycle this Horizon Canopy for sure. Well, I don't
Brent's
think...
drawn a lot of land, and he opted to make Steven discard the Collecting Company, which is probably right, over getting back a
Street Wraith?
Street Wraith to kind of draw into...
Hopefully anything else?
Literally any threat.
There's a Scalding Tarn. No cycling of the land for... What? All right.
So he's going to Snapcaster push, it looks like.
Or snap Colligan's Command. Yep, we're gonna move that push out of the graveyard, block, trade him off. Here's
Replace the elf.
So the reason you don't want to crack that on your turn is this Colligan's Command situation. You don't want a non-land card being stuck in your hand.
That's fair. Yeah, it's a totally reasonable line of play. Yeah, I think he should have cycled it, but, you know. I guess he was playing to the out of drawing an Elvish Archdruid.
Okay.
So that he could cast the Archdruid and win on that swing. No, he would have been 1 short still. Regardless. Oh, he drew a Gurmag Angler off the top there.
Yeah, and this is going to wrap this one up for Steven. I don't think he can come back.
Oh, he can come back.
Okay, if he were to cycle this Horizon Canopy, and it is a Collecting Company, and then he were to draw a card, and that's a land, and then he casts Collecting Company, and hits 2 Shaman of the Pack.
This is a start. So now the Gurmag Angler can't attack.
He cannot, you're correct.
And so Steven just needs a couple more bricks from Brent, and this thing's over.
So now his Collecting Company could be any other elf and Shaman of the Pack.
It could be any 2 elves.
How do any 2 elves help him out?
Well, he attacks and kills Brent.
Kills him dead?
Kills him dead. The old Nettle Sentinel.
Alright. Brett's at 3 now.
I think he drew another Gurmag Angler.
Well, that's one angle you can play.
It's one angle you can dangle. And he has an untapped Creeping Tar Pit. I think he might have gotten too aggressive on the delve for the first one.
Oh, and this doesn't leave him enough action to delve the second one?
Well, he can get it out there. He just has to tap out for it.
Sure.
He can keep one open for this Stubborn Denial if he really wants. There's a million ways that Brent can win this. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, sure. Three, 4, 5, 6. There's 7. Alright, here's the untap. What do we got here?
Come on.
Something. Company. So whatever card that is,
yeah,
I think Steven has to cast it here. This is just going to be his best opportunity.
Sure.
Whether
yeah,
it's Collect a Company or
Cord. Nope.
Nope.
A Heritage Druid.
I don't understand that attack given the Heritage Druid in hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I understand it either, but
it happened.
It did happen.
Alright.
I guess Brent's just like stone dead to Caller of the Pack or Hunter of the whatever that card is.
Shaman of the Pack?
Shaman of the Pack.
Well, Steven can't cast that card right now because it has black mana in the casting cost.
Details. Brent with his 11/11 Death Shadow.
Make a wish.
Oh, we're popping this.
Yeah, here we go.
Goodbye, Horizon Canopy. Oh, he drew the Shaman of the Pack.
Oh, man.
He can win next turn.
That's so brutal.
Unless Brent has some action. Brent needs a top deck.
Yeah, he can block with just the token
Yeah.
on the Death Shadow. And even if Brent fires up the Creeping Tar Pit, he goes to 1 on that. So fires up Creeping Tar Pit, leaves Brent with 2 lands.
He does need Brent to not have any removal.
So Steven needs to not double block here.
Yeah, if he just blocks
the
Death
just
Shadow.
the Death Shadow, puts him to 1.
I don't know if Brent swings in with everything though.
No, I wonder
So if he just blocks the Death Shadow, then Brent's dead to any, obviously Shaman of the Pack, but also
the attack back.
if there's an Elvish Archdruid.
Alright, so Comminos loses to a Terminate, Fatal Push.
That'll do it.
Oh man, he is.
Yeah, so I would have probably just attacked with the Death Shadow and a single Gurmag Angler.
Okay.
Well, and the Creeping Tar Pit, but kept one of them back so that I wasn't dead to the Elvish Archdruid as well.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, there's nothing you can do about the Shaman of the Pack at that point.
Right. It's a very, very interesting, interesting match.
Who had the play there? Was that Brent on the play? I don't know. We were too busy
Speculating on things.
bullshitting about unhinged. But speaking of speculating about things, how do you think this new set's going to play out in Modern?
I don't see anything that is really going to touch Modern right now.
Well, you're a damn fool.
Yeah, what card do you think is going to have the biggest effect on Modern?
The biggest effect on Modern? Week 1 or long term?
However you want to... I don't think any card is ever going to have an effect on it, so...
Wow. So, there's a lot of As Foretold decks popping up.
Is this the 7 mana thing that...
This is the
you win the game if you cast it twice?
Thing. Where it's like Brain in the Jar, but it's extra less.
Oh, it's like Brain in the Jar, Aether Vial, whatever.
Yeah.
That's not very good.
So it lets you cast your
Ancestral Visions.
Ancestral Visions. Lets you cast your Restore Balances. Your Living Ends. Although I don't really like it for that deck. But I also think I mentioned to you that...
Oh, sure. There's plenty of cycling creatures that are going to make it into this Living End deck.
Yes.
So, you get upgrades on all the cards that aren't important.
You get upgrades on all of the 2-mana cyclers.
Okay.
You can now run only 1-mana cyclers, and that's fantastic. Just unreal.
Fantastic.
So, like, the best draws for that deck are, like, cycle a guy on 1, cycle a Street Wraith, cycle 2 guys on 2, cascade into Living End, swinging for, like, 15.
Okay. And so this increases
This makes
those
that
best
much
draws.
more consistent, yeah.
Interesting. You also get the red-green cycling land for that deck.
I don't think you want that.
All right.
So you don't get any benefit, really, for cycling, except that you're putting creatures in the yard.
Right.
And cycling land doesn't really do much for you there.
Sure.
Although you do play, I believe... Obviously, this requires some testing. I think the colors change a little bit, so you can accommodate the 1 blue for cycling. So you can more consistently cycle Architects of Will and the new blue Sphinx thing.
Oh, I don't know this blue Sphinx thing.
Oh, it's a heater for this deck.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty sure it was tailor-made. Just for you.
I see what you did there. All right. So,
I'm gonna pull it up here
the
so I can
Grixis
see.
deck's going to be on the play here. Shows us a Anger the Gods that's come in.
Oh, wonderful. There we go. The Curator of Mysteries. Look at this guy. Look at
Whenever you
this
cycle
beaut.
or discard another card, scry 2.
Scry a 1.
Is it my specialized? Is it a 4/4 for 5?
4/4 for 4. Flyer.
Just
Cycles for 1. With a huge upside.
every time I see a card like this, the Drake Haven.
Yeah, we're not playing Drake Haven, Jake. Get out of here.
Every time I see a card like that, I wanna like get in a time machine and travel back to 1993 and show it to people that are opening their alpha boosters.
Yeah, opening their Obsidian Golems. Be like, idiot, you can be playing this one.
Look at this card. Hold on, it gets better.
Here's Cast Out, and here's another Cycler. Pretty strong.
I was playing some of the beta, the Magic Online beta,
Okay.
and this is a premium piece removal against the big planeswalkers. So like Gideon, casting out your opponent's Gideon is pretty important.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very hesitant to test anything in this format until after Monday.
We were imbibing and playing, Matt. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, it's perfectly fine.
We weren't
I'm just
taking
saying.
in data about the format.
Okay.
I wasn't keeping track
Sure.
and maximizing builds, and
All right.
we were just messing around.
Okay. You done?
Yeah. Wait, are
I
you
don't-
done chastising me
I don't know
for
that
testing?
Yeah, I'm not chastising you. I'm just saying I wouldn't test anything
Well, I'm just
with
telling you that
any
I wasn't.
degree of... I can see that the funny voice announcer is going to talk over people tonight. And that's just that's the gimmick we're going to run out there. Yes, you can cast that Wheel of Fate for free off of an As Foretold.
Oh. That interests me.
Does it? What else interests you? Since we're just letting you talk, just run it out there. What else do you have to say?
Isn't there? Can we create an like an As Foretold Megrim Wheel of Fate deck?
You can do whatever you like.
You're
but
yeah, this ban restricted
playing Magic.
This ban
Who
restricted
cares?
announcement.
All the rules are out the window. You get to do whatever you want now. Just having a good time. Nothing else matters.
No, nothing does matter. So.
All right, Steven with 4 land, taking the 2 on the Overgrown Tomb to run out a... Oh, that's going to be solid.
That's a nice one. I like Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah, Scavenging Ooze is a nice card, I believe, out of the sideboard here.
Sure.
Beats for 1. Don't Pendlehaven, Steven, don't do it. Yeah, save that mana. You get to eat a Street Wraith. Eating the push.
That's fine.
Interesting. Yeah, it's fine. It's not amazing. I mean, what's the point of doing it right there?
It's a good question.
If you're gonna eat the push, you wait till he targets it with the Snapcaster, but
Sure.
you know, Steven's just imbibing and playing Magic. Nothing matters. Might as well just run all your lands out there and...
You think Gideon gets banned on Monday?
No.
Concur. Do you think
I'm hoping...
Emrakul gets unbanned?
God, I wish, but never.
So, no, we keep Smuggler's Copter and Reflector Mage banned, but unban Emrakul.
So, the 2 things that I would most prefer to happen are Felidar Guardian gets banned, or everything gets unbanned. They release a public apology saying, we can't design formats, just do whatever you want, and then we'll just go to town.
Everything's modern. There's no more standard, just everything's modern.
Well, no, I mean, you can still play standard, and, like, sometimes you'll just, like, back up and do a decent format, like, whatever. This is pretty cool.
Yeah. If they were to unban everything, would you play standard again?
100%. 110%. I mean, if it's sweet, I'll play it anyway.
I would love... Like, there's nothing that would make me happier than to play a standard with Copter and Heart in it.
Yeah, I don't even know that it would be... Like, you obviously don't run 8.
Yeah, you do.
I don't think you do.
I think I run all 8 of those, and then you have to, like, level each other as you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you're just gonna, like, imbibe and just play whatever, then sure. But if you're trying to, like, do reasonable things and play Magic, then it's probably suboptimal. You really want to be attacking with that Smuggler's Copter. You don't want to be crewing with it.
Concur.
And if you're running 8 vehicles that you're relying on, then, like, your creatures become a weak point. That's why the vehicles deck cut so many and runs 5 now. It only runs 1 Skyboat, right?
Oh, I don't have any Skyboats on my list. Do I need to be Skyboating?
I like the Skyboat in the list a lot.
I did. I lost to a Skyboat.
Skyboat's a heater.
Yeah. All right, Skyboat it is. We'll get the Skyboat active.
Ugh, no Lantern players. That's the worst.
Wild Dragonite. I've not seen a Dragonite in the wild.
Ever?
Ever.
I've seen one in the wild, but it got away.
Did it get away?
It was very early in my Pokemon Go career and was not meant to be.
About once a month, a Dratini shows up at a spot near my work.
Okay.
It happened today.
Oh.
and I had a client in the salon, could not leave.
You should have just gone and like, listen, you're gonna need to let this dry. There's nothing. Just let it dry.
No, she had color on her head, but like, you can't like leave the salon when somebody has color on her head, even though it's processing.
You just walk into the back. She'd be like, I need to take care of something in the back real quick. And they hear the door open and close, but they have no evidence.
Oh man.
You could argue that the Dragonite at Bill's Lighthouse was the most wild Dragonite.
Is this from the cartoon?
Yeah.
Bill had a Dragonite that was...
Well, it wasn't Bill's Dragonite. There was just a Dragonite
that hung out there?
That showed up there once, and it was so much bigger than every other Dragonite that they've ever shown in the anime. But,
oh, yeah.
You know, happens. It was a biggin.
Is Pokemon an anime?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know the difference between an anime and a cartoon. Are all animes cartoons, but not all cartoons are animes?
Depends on your definition of a cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking. As somebody who doesn't watch anime.
Have you seen Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you watch anime.
I just thought it was a cartoon. I didn't realize
I know
I was
you
watching anime.
Yeah, Sailor Moon is also an anime, and I know you watch that religiously.
Not religiously, but I've been known to turn an episode or two on. Listen, there's nothing wrong with a grown man having a Sailor Moon costume.
There is nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine.
It's not like I wear it out in public.
But you can't do that and just like start berating the weebs. You gotta embrace
berating,
it.
I'm not berating any weebs. I'm just saying I don't understand.
Not today.
You're right. The weebs in general do get my goat sometimes. This game's not looking promising for Steven.
Nope. Still past turn 3 and he hasn't conceded yet,
and
despite my instruction.
He is...
This is a pretty good draw, actually.
Trigger this Nettle Sentinel, please?
Trigger... Untap...
Alright, I guess we just do not care about this Nettle Sentinel.
Growing this out of bolt range is a pretty big deal. So that's fine.
Concur.
Should have an untapped Nettle Sentinel, but...
Also concur. Maybe you can lock up the ground here long enough to make this Court of Calling good.
Yep, Elf should untap. Don't know why it's not. But here we are. He missed the trigger. Twice, I'm not sure. Once for sure, though.
No, yeah, we were deep on learning about Bill's Lighthouse and Pokemon in general.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
Don't forget Sailor Moon, man. But yeah, back to what we were talking about before. I think this set makes a little bit of a splash in Modern. I'm pretty excited about it. I am kind of excited for the pre-release. I'll tell you that right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm excited for the 2 out of Giant portion.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get the dirty runbacks like we did last time.
Jeez, we got it pushed in last time.
Oh, man, it was bad. To be fair, like, our decks were not very good.
Right.
But
they have Noxious Golem cast on you like 6 times or something absurd.
It was...
Noxious Gearhulk.
No, it was the Spire thing.
What?
Spire Patrol?
Oh, that one.
The Noxious Gearhulk one was whatever. Like, I mean, we were grinding that out, but they just had a much better deck. But then the people that played against us that had 4 Spire Patrols and ran them out turns 4, 5, 6, and 8. It's just like, yeah, I guess.
I guess I'm never attacking.
All right, so we have successfully outgrown the Gurmags. He's a corded hand. Got to imagine he untaps with that and does some real work. Especially if Brent decides to tap out for a Tasigur this turn.
Yep. Alright, 10.
Oh, he has the fetch. It wasn't a shock, so he won't have to tap out for Tasigur. He'll still be able to represent the counter
Stubborn
magic.
Denial.
Oh, Steven could have eaten it in response if he had the read.
Oh, jeez.
That would be the most disgusting read ever.
Yeah, that's brutal. I don't know how Steven gets this game under control. Do you think he has to...
I mean, he's got it not locked down, but it's in pretty good shape right now.
Yeah, I want to see how he gets... I mean, he's got it locked down. Like, he's not going to lose the game. But I want to see how he's going to win the game.
I mean, he's in... That's a...
Is that a...
That's
Is that
a
a Westphal Abbey?
Abbey. That's a pretty good start.
Oh, man, I love this Westphal Abbey. So he can activate Westphal Abbey, making a token, and then...
Well, no, I mean, he could cast the Selfless Spirit and then cord out Woodman's Elite.
And then...
Dwynen's Elite.
And then next turn...
And then just untap and go for it.
Interesting. He can't cord it out because he's playing around Stubborn Denial. I don't think he knows that card exists.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But I think you still run this Selfless Spirit out there. And then you can go for it on his turn.
Right, at the end of his turn, you just cord.
Yeah, and if he counters it, he counters it. It's whatever.
Right. This is awesome. Because the Prince is 9/7, right? Indestructible?
Yep.
Lifelink, flying, haste.
Yes, all of these things. Untap it when it transforms.
Sure. He's just making sure he has cards in his sideboard. That's good. Alright.
Mana Leak the draw for Brent. That's a dead one. I mean, it's not awful here because it can counter a cord, I guess, but man, is that a bad draw otherwise.
So the best possible draw for...
Man, that's bad. That's the baddest.
It's not good. Yeah, it makes him indestructible. There you go. Yeah, so now you cord, you make him have it. I think.
Not only can you make him have it, but if he counters it, every time he activates Tasigur, you can make him get that back.
Oh, sure.
I mean, you can just eat the relevant ability or spells with the Scavenging Ooze.
Right.
So it does a pretty good job of taking care of Tassiger.
All right. Would have not tapped the. I would have tapped the scavenging use, not the Llanowar Elf, because then you can use Llanowar Elf to pay whatever to eat something.
Sure.
Here's another creature. Okay, that's good.
Nettle Sentinel's good.
That's very good. I'll just pass, and because I see this Westfield Levy being the key to victory here.
Yeah, I'm tempted, really tempted to pop this Horizon Canopy. Not so much after I tap the Pendelhaven.
Sure.
But with him tapped out, like an Elvish Archdruid here would be insane.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, so from here on out, this Tassiger is just dead weight.
Yup.
Brent's really in the tank here.
Yeah, I think he understands the gravity of the situation. That his back's to the wall, and the impetus is on him. If he lets this go on, eventually this Westfield Levy flips.
He's dead.
And the game's over.
He did.
Okay.
Steven up to 12.
He's gonna go to his untap step.
What's the draw?
See if we can find another land here, or another creature.
Yeah, we want another creature. A Dwynen's Elite would be the
ideal choice.
Oh man, we're separating 3 mana. Is this an Archdruid? Azuri. Holy smokes, that's scary.
Yeah, that's not good. So he's got all the mana to activate an Azuri. Brett's at 10, and Azuri's a full-blown overrun.
Only for elves. That's important.
An Elverrun.
Yeah, we'll pay it. We can't grow the scavenging ooze, but who cares? This Tasker is just going to get back like a Mana Leak or a... Chooses not to activate Tasker at the end of the turn. Probably still a mistake, even though it only gets back like a Mana Leak.
Right.
If you're going to go through all these dead cards in your yard, you have to get started sometime.
Right.
No. You cannot activate the card that Tasker tries to get back. So the way Tasker works is the activated ability is mill 2 and then return a card, not a target card.
Right.
But he can remove a card with Tasker's ability on the stack. He'll just get to mill 2.
And then pick one of those cards.
Should have definitely Taskered with Azuri on the stack.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It wouldn't have mattered because he had the Stubborn Denial, but... if nothing else, he should have Taskered at the turn.
It is in the main phase.
Nice Stubborn Denial. Man, and now there's another Mana Leak in the yard. That is not good.
Nope. There's a concession.
Yeah, so did he have it? So he has 3 5/5s, a 4/4, and a 7/7. 7/7 is a trample, so you block that. You block 2 5/5s, you take 9. You can swing back for 4 at that. No, you can't swing back with anything at that point.